Today we are going to explore the explosion card. Well, it's actually a box that's kind of a card, and if you've seen this before, which I'm sure you have not seen the things that Debbie has done for us. But here is the basic box, as you can see, and when you open it up, that is the explosion part, because all of these pieces just fall and you can decorate each one. There's so many things you can do, but I guarantee you, you don't want to miss this. So come play with us. We're going to go through the cutting dies first, and there are 4 pieces. As you can see, there's a large box, a medium box, a small box, and this is the lid. Okay, they may not look like that, but those are the pieces that come together to make these pieces. Now, the instructions are right back here. You have this wallet, is what we call it, that you can store your dies in, and everything stays together. That way, you're never at a loss for what do you do with something. Okay, and especially with things like this that create something else, that's so nice to have. So what we do is we're going to take the large die and we're going to cut 6 pieces. The medium die, we're going to cut 5. The small one, we're going to do 5. And the lid, we're going to do 4. Okay, now I'm just going to walk you through how to put this together. Now, there are 6 pieces of the large because one of those pieces is going to be the lid. We're going to set that aside for right now. The other 5 are going to create the box, and that's true of all sizes. So the first thing you're going to do is to take just one piece and trim off that flap. I'm just going to fold it back right now, but you'll cut it off, okay? Then all of the others, you're going to fold these back, and I've already done that, just so they're ready for us. Then you're going to put your glue onto the back side and attach it to the bottom of that square. We're going to do that with each one. And what you'll see is it's going to create a box. So you've got the bottom of it, and you have all 4 sides, just like that. And just pretend that the 4th one is right there. Now you're going to make each box separately, then you're going to glue them together. And let me just show you the finished box again. As always with Fabulous Folded, there's finished project for you. We even tell you what the designer used, just to make sure. So you can see that the large box is the base. Then the medium box is going to get glued right in the center. The small box is going to get glued in the center of that. One thing that's really nice is that this is the large piece. Well, if you were to use the die of the medium box and cut off that flap, it's going to make a mat that will fit on the inside of the big box. Same thing when you go to use the medium box and the small box piece. If you cut this off, that would create a mat for the medium box. So it's just another little tip that will help. Okay, so you can see how that's happening, and you can decorate them as you like. Typically, you do want to decorate a little bit on the outside of the box, and of course pattern papers are going to be perfect for that. Then on the inside, you can use pattern papers, as you can see that Lene did. You can also add die cuts. You can use dazzles, more dazzles, pieces of the paper. So just whatever you want, and I'll show you some examples. Now, for the lid, remember that box, that large piece that we set aside? Well, that's going to become a lid. We're going to remove that piece. I'm just going to fold it back. And then you're going to take these pieces, and they're scored already. So we're going to just fold them, and then put adhesive here and set that. Then we're going to have the next one. Do the same thing. I'll fold it, and I'll fold that tab, and that's going to get glued like so. And then this tab is going to get glued right here. And you can see that that is starting to create the lid, just like that. Now, obviously, you're going to not use different pieces, probably different colored papers, but that's going to create the lid as you go all the way around. So that's why we are able to have, because you couldn't do a huge box with the dies, so we have all the pieces, and that will do nicely. And Lene has decorated hers, I thought, very cleverly with strips of cut pattern paper, as well as she also used the bow die. And doesn't that look just very nice there? Works really well. And you have a couple of sizes, and so that's going to work nicely. Now, to create her box, her explosion box, sometimes it's called exploding, but ours is explosion. She used these products. I just wanted to have them for you. In fact, the 6x6 size of papers is what Debbie also used on all of her projects. So Lene used poppies, and you can certainly see the poppies right there, as well as on the sides. Now again, this is the big one, and the mat is from the medium-sized die. So you don't have to do any measuring or fiddling. It's all ready for you. And then for her other pieces, she did use the solid poppies cardstock, so that was nice. And then she used the gingerbread for around the edges of her pieces, just to give a little bit of dimension. And then her dazzles that she used are the flower dazzles, and these are going to give you those pops of color, as well as the white tiny words and phrases. And that's where she's got love, you're the best, celebrate, so that's going all the way around. And these are cutouts from the 6x6 pattern cardstock. So just works really nicely. Okay, so that is our one. Now, I do need to tell you that this is a card. I did card in quotes. This is a card that you want to either hand or put into a box to deliver. So that's what's going on. It's not going to go flat, and it's not going into an envelope, but okay. Now let me show you. I am so absolutely excited by what Debbie did, because I have never seen the boxes taken into these directions. So I think we're going to get a little bit closer so we can really see these. Okay, this is a Christmas box. So more my friend, you and yours, season of joy, 'tis the season. Don't you love that art? That's out of Christmas Past. Okay, so I'm going to bring it back around, and I'm going to lift this off, and look what happens. Oh, look, she's even got one on the inside of the cover. Look what she's done. So there's your big box, and there's your medium box. But she's got a surprise on the inside, and that was done with the small box. Really, really clever. Now first, let me show you what she used. With Christmas Past, you're going to get all of these die cuts. Now on the 6x6, you're going to get 312. Can you believe that? So she has used these for the lid, front and side, as well as the sides of her box. And of course the pattern paper. Now she used the solid to create the largest layer, and this is Christmas Past cardstock. This is the newest release this year. Then she used, well, let me just show you these. So we've got this set, we have this set, we also have these very vintage looking. I think we've got another set of that. We have all of these, and all of these, oh so pretty, and those were used on the outside, or the large box, on the inside of the large box. And then Santa has been used. I thought Santa was used. I guess not. Aha. So you've got all of the poinsettias and all of those absolutely charming, charming figures, and all of that, and you've got 312 cutouts. Now, how about this? Well, very clever woman she is. She took the small box, and she took all 4 pieces. Now, she did make the bottom part of it, so you've got the 5th piece that you cut that off, and then you put these pieces together. But what she did is she measured at the midpoint. So these are 2 inches wide, so at 1 inch. And then she drew a line and cut along that line from that 1 inch mark all the way down here to create these triangles. And the triangles simply fold into the center, all 4 of them. Now she did use a punch, a paper punch, a 1/8 inch one, to punch at toward the tip of each of those triangles. And she added ribbon. This is out of the red ribbon set. You can see it's right there. It's that 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch wide ribbon that she threaded through. Now, Debbie elected, she didn't put anything in this. I have a feeling she ate the candy and it didn't make it in here, but she did think you could put a Hershey's Kiss, you could put a little tiny gift, you could give a note for maybe a movie or popcorn or something fun like that. So that was neat. And you can see the sending a hug is also out of the paper collection. So just a triangle and just bring them together, do a punch and thread that ribbon. Now she also used, so we've got some words here. Let me just turn this. So we have a believe right there. And she and joy right there. Okay, probably on all of these. Magic and peace. Those are done with the Christmas Tiny Words and Phrases collection. So that's going to fit perfectly. And of course, that red is just wonderful. Now, she did use the khaki ink pad with her blending tool just to do some inking around the edges. You can kind of see that right there. And this is just absolutely, I think it's just wonderful. And I have 2 more wonderfulnesses for you too. And you can see that for my friend, now that is part of the die cuts, and that's this collection. And there's a whole bunch of phrases and strips right there. And she did let that be right with that piece, okay? So that is our second box. Just gorgeous. By the way, all of these papers, they're on the back side of the ones that I just showed you. So let me just show you. So we've got all of these on the back side, and that's what she has used, as you can see. And because in the 6x6 you get 4 sheets of every single paper, you've got plenty to do this. So, okay. Christmas time. I guess that's one of the nice things about this. We've gone from poppies to Christmas, just like that. Now let's go to our next one, and I have never seen this. This is a happy birthday, which is wonderful. You can see the tulips. We've got love you. Give you a look at the box on the bottom. You can see that's that 5th one, and then these are just folded over and glued in place. Lene found that she really liked using the specialist glue. It's this glue. She felt that it gave her a little more room to push them. You could use extra sticky tape, whatever you like. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to open this up and look what you're going to see. Not only did it explode out, but there are butterflies fluttering. How fun is that? I told you the woman's brilliant. Okay. So let me show you what she did. So we've got a happy birthday. We have butterflies floating down as you open the box. It's much more, let's see, let me see if I can, I'm not sure if I can do this where you can get that full, okay, butterflies flutter on down. And maybe I can give you a side version. Let me try. Okay, here we go. I can't because gravity. Okay, so here's the thing. And then if you open it, you'll have this exploding out, and you have that. But then these will also flutter down just like that. Okay, so what we have is we are using, it's always good to show you what the designer has chosen. So she is using the Tulips and Butterflies collection. Now the 6x6, also the solid, you can see because she made each of her boxes out of a solid. And then she used the next die, the next smaller die, to create her mats out of the pattern cardstock. Now, I just want to explore this with you. So celebrate all day, all of those are in the paper pack. So that's the middle one. That's the small one. Here is the next one. Now, this has got butterflies have also gone into our box. And those butterflies are done in 2 ways. So one way is with our acetate butterflies, and you get 32 of them, and these are the ones that she has used in our wonderful fluttering butterflies. I wish, sorry, there's just no way I can show it to you, but like this. Okay. Now they are each, it's just one butterfly, and she has glued a bit of ribbon, and this happens to be from the light ribbon set, so there's some baker's twine in there. And she has glued that in place. Now the other butterflies that she has used are the butterflies out of these dies. There are 6 cutting dies. You get 3 sizes, and you also, because they're intricate, you also get the shadow of them. And you can really see that right here. I do need to tell you, we have not very many of these left. So if it's something that you love, you might want to take advantage of it. Now, this happy birthday, and let me see what else. There's going to be the celebrate all day. And then here, she used the patterned cardstock. And I think that's just beautiful. You can see as you open that, how pretty it is. I get my fingers out of the way so you can see. Okay. Then the second, the medium box, that is just like that. And then the small box, it has all of the greetings that are also in the 6x6. And then we're going to push them up and put our lid back on. By the way, she simply glued the ends of those strings. She did knot them at each end and glued them in place, and then she also put another paper right there. And you're going to close it up by just nesting those inside, and they're going to just, I think the acetate works best on those that are falling inside with the ribbon. I think if you did the cutting dies, well, they would be a little bit heavier, but I like the light flashing off of these. Now, she did use 2 ink pads. She used the orchid and the blueberry, so obviously the blueberry on the outside and then the orchid on the inside. So that worked nicely. Okay, I have one more. So you've seen fluttering butterflies. You have seen something to hold a treat. Here is the third one that she did. And this is Hello Beautiful. And look at that crown. How gorgeous. Now this is done with the Seafoam and Pearls collection. So there's the 6x6. I'm just going to turn this down by the sea, you and me. Isn't that pretty? Okay. I'm going to bring it around. I'm going to open this, and our box is going to flutter open, and look what we have. There is a shaker box in there. How neat. Oh, look, you've got a seahorse. I also see a fish in there. There you go. How fun is that? So you can see that is our small box, and our medium box is right here. And it's got chipboard as well as the patterned. And then the large box is right here. It's got the paper all right there. Okay, how do you make that box? Well, it's going to be the similar thing that she did with the little pyramid. She's going to use the small box. So what she did is she had one of the pieces, the small piece, all of the boxes, you're going to take the first one and clip off the end. So she did that. And then she took these and cut them so that they were only 1 inch long. Now it's 1 inch after the flap. Okay, so 1 inch. And then at 1/4 of an inch, she scored. So just like that. So when these are going to go around that center piece, these scores are going to get folded in. And these are going to get attached like this. And that starts making that box. Okay, so just like that. Here's another one. Again, the big flap goes at the bottom, and it's going to go around that, that piece that for some reason I don't have. Okay. So it's going to go on all 4 sides. That makes the box, but you're not done. Then you want to take a piece of acetate and about a 2-inch square and glue that over this. Actually, you want to use extra sticky tape to go over that. Then, let's see, let me go back one step before the acetate. You want to fill this. Okay, some of you are saying, well, of course, Paula, we need to fill it. So what she used was a combination of 3 things. She used the Caribbean crystals, how pretty, and she used the blue caviar beads, how fun, and then you can see that fish and that starfish, those are out of the chipboard, and I thought it was just so smart that she did that. So you can see we've got a couple of starfish, we've got several fish, we even have some shells. Oh, and that crown on the front, well, that crown is right here. And that's also with the Caribbean crystals. Very neat. By the way, that gold comes from our new gold ink pad, which is called Delicata. And you're just going to tap it on. That's all you do. Super, super easy. Okay, so you have your box. You're going to put those pieces in so that we've got the shaker element. Then you're going to cut your 2-inch square acetate, extra sticky tape it on. Then to cover up the tape, we have our silver border dazzles. That's going to work very nicely. I like how she had this little one, keep calm, wear pearls. Well, that's words to live by. And then she also used other of the chipboard. And I think it's nice for you to see that those flat pieces, but they give dimension, and how nicely they will go onto these explosion boxes. Then all you'll need to do is fold these up, hold them just like so, and bring in our lid. Now the inside of the lid, she did put another, you can see the seahorse as well as the fishes and the coral. And we're going to put our lady, hello beautiful, with her crown in place. And then she's added more of the pattern paper on the outside, but also the silver border dazzles. They just give a nice, really shine and glimmer to it, to our mermaid. So you have 4 ways to use the explosion box, and I think they're kind of wonderful and easy to do, So the box itself is great, but having all of these extra ideas is just kind of wonderful. So we have, I'm going to scoot this over, the explosion card box cutting dies. This is available right now, and they are all in place. For the money saver that's on the right side of the screen, I did add the entire 6x6 package of Christmas Past, because I thought with the season, that's probably something you're going to want right now. So I did add that. However, if you are a subscriber to our fabulous folded card collection, where every month you're going to get the cutting die before we do the webisode, and because there is an idea on the cutting dies, that's great because you get started. But this time we have added 1 each of the 6 patterned papers into the along with the die. So you got these so that you are ready to pretty much do that box. Well, this one that I love. Well, I pretty much love the butterfly, and I think that shaker box is just nothing but clever. So anyway, if you are a subscriber, you got these for free. And that's what we do every month, is we take something from the webisode and we send it to you for free. Then you can kind of think about it while you're waiting for the webisode to begin. Okay, if you are watching this on YouTube, oh, the other thing I want to tell you on the subscription is you save 10%, so that's just not bad at all. And if you are a brand new subscriber, you will get free that bow dies that you just saw being used. So everything is all coordinated together. Okay, if you are watching this on YouTube, we really hope that you will like us, subscribe to the YouTube, but most importantly, head on over to paperwishes.com. And why? Well, because that's the only place that you can get this explosion card box cutting dies. That's the only place that they're sold. So head on over, take advantage of the money saver, and look at all of the instructions. They're not complete instructions, but it will tell you how to do that movable part of the box that Debbie did so beautifully. Okay, that's what we have today. I want to thank Debbie and Lene for just wonderful projects, as always. And I want to thank you for joining us and for being part of our Paper Wishes family. We'll see you next time.